Hey, let's talk about what is going on in the Pokemon secondary market. We're going to look at some singles and then we'll talk about some of the latest sealed product. First up, we got Special Delivery Charizard. This one probably should have been the last one on the list, in my opinion. A massive spike from 115 to about 160 in just about a week's time here. Kind of crazy. Like a handful of cards, including the promo Mew EX, the promo market has seen some considerable gains and looks like it will continue in 2026. To wit, Umbreon and Darkrai GX climbed this week from 139 up to 149 in market price. And the Costco exclusive Pikachu doubled from $2.50 up to $5. I guess it makes sense if Costco is going to bear all these runs we see on Pokemon product. They might as well have an exclusive card for doing so. And these kind of very limited release promotional cards have been doing very well over the last months, so we can add this week. And next up, we got everyone's favorite Prismatic Evolutions pull. Not really, but the one that the market looks at the most for sure, Umbreon EXSIR, and it's up in the past week now back up to $1,000 from about $900 at the beginning of February. Nothing too crazy except the fact that it's worth $1,000. But other than that, this one was more like 1,600 when the set first released a year ago. This is cool. And then basically nosedived, not really nosedived, steady decline for about 6 months to around the 850 mark. If you were able to scoop this thing at 850 or even less, good pickup because it went right back up, tore right back up to about 1,200 almost, and then has sort of consolidated back to the 1,000 point. Now we got Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX from Destined Rivals. The big hit from Destined Rivals is climbing and poised for a possible rebound. Yeah, this one peaked at about 600 shortly after the release, a few months after the release of the set. And yeah, it was down about 380 a week ago and jumped to 425. Pretty good move there as well. Destined Rivals is coming up on 9 months following printing and the beginning of printing, to be specific. And while the market has been a bit uneven for much of its release cycle, it's around this time sets typically bottom out before beginning to climb around the 1 year mark. In this case, Ethan's Ho-Oh EX has had a very atypical run. Can't see the chart there, but it went back as low as 140 and as high as 240 in the first 4 months, and recently hit an all-time low of 130. Since then, it's been on a roll. It's up to 146. That's Ethan's Ho-Oh, with a handful of live listings, the 150 range. And Team Rocket's Moltres EX remains near its low of 100. Just to give you some reference on some other Destined Rivals. But Team Rocket's Mewtwo doing well last week. Next up, we got the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. This one dropped from an all-time high of 400 back in October down to just under 250 late last year. And since then, Magikarp has begun to splash around a little bit. It's been adding every week since the beginning of December, and this week it climbed up from 267 to 278. Nice little bump there. Not a bad card to pick up, just under $300 in my opinion. I think it's going to do well. It's the obvious top chase from this set in my opinion, and Even it's just an illustration rare, huh? It's not even an SIR. That's wild. Anyways, next up we got the Raichu from Paldea Evolved. Moving in fits and starts since printing started in 2023, but a series of small jumps saw the card hanging out at $50 entering 2026. Since the year has began, it's back up to $60, so up about $10 from the beginning of the year. Paldea Evolved showing some strength there. And last up, we've got Gengar and Mimikyu GX from Team Up. Famous Gengar Mimikyu GX is up $25 with a market price just over $12.50. Remains on a steady upward climb it's been on since June 2024. Yeah, their charts don't go back that far, but I'm sure he is looking at the data. Corbin is looking at all that data for sure on the back end. And this is pretty crazy stuff. I dare you to find a stock chart that's that consistent over the last 2 years. Over the last year even. Anyways, just jokes, please. Let's take a look at some sealed product. We've got Ascended Heroes. Again, tech sticker collections are the only things that have been released thus far. We are on the IV drip of Ascended Heroes from the Pokemon Center. So booster packs are down to about $12. They were about $15 when these first released, and these are down to, these were, I don't know, 40, maybe 42 at the highest, and now down to about $37, $36 for the tech sticker collections. What's really funny is that now the 2-pack product is the same price as the 3-pack product because you can't get the 2-pack product yet, and you have to wait longer for it. So, wait, what? So, I give you the money and wait longer for the product, and I get less because it's not out yet? Somebody help this make sense for me. This is ridiculous. But yeah, hopefully these will all, prices on this stuff will all sort of come down once they're out of pre-sale. Right now, that's all we have available right now. Moving on to Phantasmal Flames. I gotta say, the market is looking pretty good. Booster packs are up to $7.70, and the booster boxes, it's just kind of weird. The data sort of dies off here on TCG Player. I don't know what happened with their data, or maybe there's actually been no sales, but the lowest listed is about $2.90 on TCG Player. Again, a little deceiving with there being either no sales or a lack of data. Not sure what's going on there. But indeed, you're not going to get this for less than $2.90 shipped, which is insane. I think I got mine for $2.75, very close to release, and I had thought this will probably tank, and it did. And I remember being like, yeah, it makes sense. It's around $210. It'll probably even go low, or might even break $200. That'd be nice for the people. But no, indeed no. And now it's up almost $300, which is crazy. But moving back from that, we get to Mega Evolution base set, and a similar story going on here. Booster packs a little bit cheaper. We get $7, $8 for the sleeved one, and booster boxes are close to $300. Lowest listed is $2.90, and just look at this, just parabolic almost. We've got, these are loose packs. That's just nonsense. He's charging $2.80 for loose packs. And here we go. The first booster box is $289.99 with shipping included. You can pick up this one for $275, but shipping is going to be $15. So if you want this thing shipped, it's going to be $290 for the box. Insane stuff. Out of a base set. A lot of people said, "Oh, this is a base set." It is a base set, but it's got two very, very popular Pokemon in it, and those are big chases. Those SIRs are huge. Big set, so low pull rates, so good stuff all combines to create something that I think is investable. Talking about investable sets, not at 550 a booster box, I don't think, but a lot of people think Destined Rivals is the investable set, and that's why it's gone on this insane. The booster boxes have gone on this insane run. I talked about how much more expensive the booster boxes are than the loose packs. It's very, very much a premium for the booster boxes on a set that's released like 9 months ago, which is insane to me. And just look at that. I mean, after that, it's like, this looks like Bitcoin. Is this the chart of Bitcoin, or is it the chart of a Pokemon product? Anyhow, interestingly though, over the last month, did climb almost to 600, but then it's consolidated to about 550 here. This makes a lot of sense looking at what we're seeing in the sales data. We get a day here where there was 0 sold. Day after there was 1 sold. Only 1 sold yesterday. We'll see what happens today. Still don't have all that data yet, but we'll see. If this keeps going on, there's a couple days here and there we got no sales. We got really reduced numbers. People can't get rid of these. I think we're going to see this price come down quite a bit. At least back down to $400. I would love to see this thing go back down to $250. I doubt it. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get stuck again at $300 maybe. We'll see. We will see. That's all I got. If you enjoyed, thanks for being here. Like and subscribe.